good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, finally, it is the album launch of the Delicate Giants, The Fabric of Everything, sponsored by our good friends at DistroKid. Kick back, folks, it's going to be rocking. Hello. Welcome to the show. Are you excited? I'm excited as all... I censored myself there. Did you see that? How cool is that? That's how excited I am. I couldn't even swear. Welcome, 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 welcome to the show. I am so pumped. Hopefully you can stay with us over the next couple of hours. We are going to be premiering the entire album from start to finish in just a few short moments, and then we will have, following up, Russ will join us and we'll have a little mini interview to find out how it all happened, how it all came together, the whole story of this album. And it's going to be a really fun show. I, myself, let me tell you a little bit about my journey quickly with this album. I've been working with the Delicate Giants since day one. I've been mastering all of their music, every album that they have released. I've had a hand in somewhere. So that it feels like I'm part of this, you know. So it's very exciting to be able to present this and do this for the Delicate Giants. The Delicate Giants started off as a Russ, 88-89, and his cousin Gary M, and their first few albums came out just with those two, and then they decided to add some extra band members and make this a legit band, and that's what this album is. It is a legit band. New members joined who are here in the chat: Dean Thomas on drums and Jamie Mallender on bass, and they became an incredible foursome. And the album also has guest appearances by Vero and also Viv Sparrow. So it is just an amazing album. Now, I myself have refrained from watching the video, so I'm going to see it all with you guys, yeah? And it was hard to do. I have to admit, I watched the first 5 minutes and then was like, no, stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's say hello to folks in the chat. And then we got to hear from our sponsor, who's kindly sponsoring today's show. Sponsoring this show, not the Delicate Giants. So we have to be clear on that, you know. SM Borthwick, welcome aboard. Rainfield Music, Viv Sparrow, there's one of the participants on the album right now. There's custom emojis in the chat for every band member, everyone. Vero, Viv Sparrow, all of the band, they're all in there if you want to play around with them if you're a member. Clayton Von Kluge, there he is, the drummer. Dean Thomas, he's in the house. Thomas Christ, the mod with the mostest. Frank Terzo, who very kindly sent a super chat at the top of the show before we kicked in. So thank you so much for that. You can do so if you would like to, my friends. There's Thomas letting you all know. Hugh Caldwell's in the house. Perpetual Platypussy. There's Russ. He's here as well. Jamie Mallender. Dude! Metalhead Hippie is here as well. Boom. Hello, Metalhead Hippie. Mateusz Brakowski, Folk Punk. Did I say Hugh Caldwell? I think I already did. Legs 11, Valerie Bat. Hello. There's Gary M, the guitarist. I saw Liz here. Hi, Liz. Much love to you, Liz. Who else do we see? I saw Rise of Dark Leela. Rise of Dark Leela. I'm scrolling up. Semtex Cow. Hello to you. I'm trying to find your... Thank you all for being here. 34 of you wonderful people come here to support Russ and the band of the Delicate Giants because, I mean, there's been so much work put into this album. It's just utterly ridiculous. It is such a good album, right? And I haven't even seen the video clip yet. So it was an absolute pleasure each time for me to be able to, add something. It's nothing. I just master the music, you know. It's nothing. Many kisses to you, Liz. If I've missed you, Mr. Smith, hello. I'm trying to click the names and get them right as I say the names. Kim Arden Hudson's got blankets and she's in the kitchen with, sure she cooks. No, she's not cooking. Boom. All right. If I have missed you, I do apologize. I will. All right, cool. All right, so I'll give time. I'll look for names as I do this because we got to hear from our sponsor. Ivan Ideas here. Where's Brad? Somebody wake Brad up. Brad, are you awake? Somebody call Brad. We need to call Brad. 37 you wonderful souls here in the house. So thank you so much. All right, let's mention our sponsor today. Now, as I said, I am lucky enough here on this channel to have the wonderful sponsorship of DistroKid, and every month they allow me to choose to sponsor 2 shows. And, normally I'll do a Creator Rewind interview and I'll pick somebody else that I interview. This month, I decided to sponsor this show. Now, just to be completely transparent, they are not sponsoring the band because that is a little bit shonky. They, of course, are sponsoring me and the show, but I want to do that. So let's, because they're cool. We love DistroKid, and the album will be released shortly. Now, we'll hear more about that from Russ when he comes on, but you can sign up to DistroKid and release your music to the world. Yes, Thomas has given you the information there. If you use my link, you can sign up. There it is, distrokid.com/VIP/Jade Starr, and you will get 7% off your first year. It is the cheapest way to get your music on all of the streaming platforms, the major streaming platforms, your Apples, your Spotifys, your Amazons, your Tidals, all of those places, and they will be there next to such famous artists as Madonna, Metallica, Iron Maiden, and the like. And you will be a superstar and probably not make much money, but that doesn't matter because you get to release your music. And it's so cheap to do so. It is $22.99. Billed annually, and you can release one artist, unlimited songs, unlimited uploads, unlimited lyrics, get a Spotify checkmark, create royalty splits, split your money between the artists who you've recorded with. You get 21 tools to market yourself and do all that jazz, and you get a mobile app to do so as well. You can even upload your music from your phone. It's ridiculous how cool it is. We will come back halfway once the album has finished playing, and we will talk more about DistroKid, how easy it is to upload your stuff while Russ is here, because interestingly enough, Russ releases all of the Delicate Giants music through DistroKid. Indeed. So, as usual, I want to say thank you, DistroKid, for supporting this channel. Couldn't do it without you. I've been using DistroKid since 2016 or something like that, way before they sponsored this. So, I was already a big fan, yeah? So, good stuff. Thank you once again, DistroKid. All right. So, Brad's here. Well done, Brad. Somebody woke Brad up, did they? Hello, Brad. Welcome to the show. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Now, as it goes, the album will be released during this presentation. It will be available on Bandcamp, and it will be available for free for a short period of time. And for a short period of time, I do believe Russ will have to clarify this for me. Once it is available at the link that is there, Bandcamp, put up by Thomas, anyone who does pay money for it, it will go to a Cancer USA, I think it is, for a period of time, but we'll clarify all of that, but it will be available during the presentation, yeah? And then I'm pretty sure it will be released on streaming services about a week later, but we will confirm all of that as we go on. Rainfield Music, have I missed anyone? I'm just making sure I haven't missed anyone before we play. Just remember, there are emojis in the chat of all the band members if you want to toss them around and have some fun. But yeah, I'm going to be kicking back, enjoying this just as much as you all are. And I'll be putting your comments up on the screen as we go. If you want to super chat or do anything like that, that's totally up to you. It does help the channel and what I do here. All right, Gary Hubs has got the eyes. Let's do it. That's my impersonation of Gary Hubs. All right, we are ready to go. Are you guys ready to go? I am pumped. I can't wait. I've got my coffee. Yeah. Boom. I've got my vape. I've got a really small glass of water to keep me going. And I'm ready to go. I would suggest you get out your doobies, get out your magic mushrooms, whatever it is you need, because I'm sure this is going to be absolutely wild. These presentations always are. I am ready to go. Without further ado, let's get into this. May I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, tables and chairs, the delicate giants, the fabric of everything. Boom.
I see the beauty in everything. clouds in the sky, gracefully shifting in intricate patterns, like an artist painting a scene on the fabric of everything, like an artist painting a scene on the fabric of everything, everything. Shadows across the sky. Watch them dance. I see the beauty in everything, day to night. The clouds in the sky wonder, gracefully shifting, intricate patterns. Wish I might like an artist painting a scene on the fabric of everything, like an artist painting a scene on the fabric of everything, everything.
in the world. I feel like I can't take it.
It's just a matter of time.
There's a little bit of nightmare in my daydream, a little rain on a sunny day, a junkyard at the end of a rainbow, a little pain in today. There's a pebble in the mattress, a rock in my shoe, a hole in my pocket, shattered, lost memories of you. In the quietest part of the night, I can still hear you cry. The sound of one falling tear leaves a giant hole in the sky, crashes into the ground like a meteor. Everyone needs a miracle to reassure them there's more to life than this. There's always a little nightmare in these daydreams, a little rip in the fabric of everything. Even the most beautiful sunrise is a reminder that what awaits us is full of torture and pain. It's the black that bleeds into the white, the unknown that creeps into the known. It's fear that crawls into our hearts when we face the day alone. Get to know the dark, embrace the shadows, so where there is light, everything grows.
Wow. Hats off. Incredible. Crying a little bit. It's been a journey. It really has been a journey. And I know for us, a much longer journey, and for everybody in the band, it feels so... I'm interested to hear how Russ feels about it, because such a long time in the making, so much love and so much work has gone into it. You would not imagine. Well, you will imagine shortly, because we are going to have Russ on here in just a moment. Wow. All right, but before that, look, thank you everybody for hanging out here and watching the entire release of the album. It is available now on Bandcamp, and I do need to check that. Let's head over to Bandcamp now and do a refresh. There it is. Boom. So it is available now on Bandcamp. As mentioned, it is free to download. Name your price. It will be for a short time. Thanks, Thomas, for banging the link in there. And if you do decide to shoot them some money for it, all the money, the proceeds will go to Cancer USA. What an incredible album. Just so good already. I can see a bunch of people have bought it here. So thank you guys for going ahead and doing that. Oh, just, yeah, we've got an interpreter for us. I tell you what, I can see him on the screen. He is looking very skinny. Russ is. Look at him. He's very, very, very skinny. But I need to do this because today's show is sponsored by DistroKid. We'll get this out the way now. It is sponsored. I'm still speechless. It's just incredible to actually see it all come together and have it happen in front of you finally. Like, it's just been a long time. You know, there's been so much, I can't tell you, even just from my small part of it, so much love put into that album. So much love. It is just utterly, and that's how you produce an album, folks. That you take your time and you produce something spectacular that is profound. So DistroKid has sponsored today's show. They are sponsors of this channel, and I can't do it without them. I can't thank them enough. You too can release your music through DistroKid, as Russ has done and will be out through all the streaming services soon. We'll touch on that briefly, but you can do so for $22.99 annually if you sign up using my code here, distrokid.com/VIP/Jade Starr. You get 7% off your first year. And while we are here, let's just talk about this. So look, I have a lot of music out here on DistroKid, you can see here, and I have a lot of splits going on. What are splits? You can actually split your music with people who have worked on your music. And funnily enough, none of this is my music, all these splits. People who I have mastered music for and worked with have so kindly added me into their split. So you can see I get a percentage of all of these songs, which is very, very kind, and they don't have to do that. But how easy is it to release something? Let me show you how easy it is. Actually, to release something, you just go to this little upload thing, upload music, and you are presented with a little section first of who do you want to release it to? And me, I always check the Snapchat thing because, you got to, yes, I own all publishing. And then I go up here and I remove Spotify because that's what we do now. That's the thing. You can release your music through Spotify. I don't anymore. So you can choose a number of songs. How many songs make up your album, EP, album, single, whatever you like. Have you released it before? It's a trick question. You choose your name. And as you can see here, my Jade Starr Dread Circus, it's already uploaded music before to YouTube, Apple, Instagram, so Facebook, all that kind of stuff. You choose a release date. You can choose a record label if you are on the second tier or up, yeah? So that's cool by using the second. There's 3 tiers of DistroKid. You can choose your language, choose a genre. You get to choose 2 genres, yeah? And upload your album cover. It's pretty simple. You just click on it, ask you to upload. And as I said, you can do this all from your iPad or whatever, Android on your desktop. Choose your song title. Just add any featured artists in the song title. Upload your track. Super easy. You just click this little thing, find your track, put it in there. Decide if there's Dolby Atmos. Songwriter, put your name in. And you want to put in your real name always, yeah? Because if you don't, won't get paid. Explicit lyrics, I find I always have to turn this on because that's me. Song lyrics or an instrumental, Russ would be choosing this one, instrumental. You can choose where the clip starts for the preview, choose a price, and there's a whole bunch of optional extras that you can pay extra for. Don't do this if you want people to play your music on YouTube, right? Don't select it. You got to pay for it, and it puts YouTube Content ID. And then you just tick all these boxes and hit done, and that is it. These days, your music will be released within a very, very short time. Yes, because I have a potty mouth. All right. So as you can see here, 3 tiers. Ultimate, you get 5 artists. Musician Plus, you get 2. And musician, you just get 1. And that's enough for most people. Thank you to DistroKid. Love you, DistroKid. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Let me do it. Got to do it. I love you, DistroKid. Creepy. All right. Let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, the dude behind this, let me make sure his mic's all good. Let's bring you on. It's Russ, 8889. Hey, Russ.
How you doing?
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming and listening to us tonight. It's
Yeah, how does it feel?
go, carry on.
How does it feel?
Yeah,
Is the weight gone finally?
like it's weird because we've sat with that music for nearly 2 years and like a year finished. So in some ways it was today I was like, I'm like, it's finally giving it all away. But that's part of the journey. It's about sitting back and doing stuff and trying to get it right and keep at it. And there you heard tonight, hopefully we produce something that resonates with people. That's what we try to do.
It was incredible. And I say this with all the love. You are like you're like my brother, man. You're like my family, We, not only, musically, and we hang out every day and call each other stupid names and make photos of each other and videos of each other and take the piss out of each other every day. People may think we take the piss out of everyone, but we take the piss out of each other more than anyone else, don't we? But when there isn't a day that goes by where we're calling each other the C word. It's just the way we are. But for me to sit here and people may think you're a hard bastard or whatever, but there's a lot of energy that goes into this. I know this because I'm there on the sidelines and I see just how much love. How different was making this one to the last three?
It was different in the aspect of obviously it involved more people, so there's a little bit more time involved because you have to accommodate people. But on the whole, everything like musically runs smooth. And like I mentioned before, it was only the fact that I went to the States right as we'd just finished it. So everything would have been rushed out. The videos, I actually done a year ago nearly in America. While I was there with Lizzie, who lets me do all this stuff. I spend all the time sitting there doing this. So big thanks to her. And I don't know, it was just like, it was more difficult because I lost a hard drive with all the video and all the music on. So we still had music, so that weren't so bad, but I lost probably 70% of the videos. So for the last year, I've been putting the videos back together, and some of them videos are different from the original ones that I've done, and some of them were recoverable to a certain point. And so it's definitely been a journey, this album. So there's a lot of work gone into it. But for the fact of trying to give everyone some entertainment.
So the first three releases were just you and Gary, and I remember you saying, "Hey, I'm gonna add band members and make this a band," and I remember thinking, "You idiot." But so, what was the thought process behind adding members and actually making this a band for you?
Yeah, well, I think how far can me and Gary go with the sound that we just had? Like after Moonworks, it was very non-drums, and there's no bass guitar in any of it, and just to make it sonically sound so much better, adding the bass and the sonics of Dean's drums, so a lot of this album was spent to and fro between me and Dean. We was sending the tracks back. He was listening. He's got his KRK monitors, his big 8-inch monitors that he'd listen to stuff on and like send it back to me, and I'd adjust the mix. And so that's why it took a bit of time, because Dean likes to get things perfect. I like to get things perfect, so it's that's the nature of the beast.
Yes, you're a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. Dean's not. Actually, it's Dean's birthday in tomorrow? I think it's actually tomorrow. Joe's birthday today, Joe Glenn. Dean's birthday. I still got a Facebook notification.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday, Dean, coming up. So what a great birthday present.
Happy birthday, Dean.
Yep. So how did you go about deciding who was going to be in the Delicate Giants? Because it seems, there's a lot of people in this community. And, I mean, you've already got Gary, and you've got to get people to fit in with what's already there. And, Gary's style and your style, and you don't want to compromise anything. Because I remember, I'll ask that question and come back to my second thought. I'm having too many thoughts. What was the process of elimination to get a lineup?
There wasn't really a process of elimination as such. It was a case of more the fact I can't remember. So me and Dean met a long time ago in another YouTube channel, and I'd remixed a song that Dean had done. He does stuff in his own right. He's got his own YouTube channel. He does film stuff and lots of different bits. So I think I asked him if he could play disco drums, and he was like, "Yeah, I could do that." And I don't know if that's the first track we done together. Then we released the Reggae Giants track, and Dean played drums on that, but we didn't have a bass player on that. And then before that, on Earthworks, Brad had played bass for us, and it's just difficult for him to set up and get the time. And when I'm working, I try to work quickly, and that's not always possible for everyone to, throw the work out quick. I can be getting on with other stuff, but I like to have one track on the table, finish it, move on. That's, kind of how I've done it. So, and then Jamie, I sat around for about 2 months building up the courage to even email him to think, why would he even want to play with us?
Yeah, why would he?
So I was really surprised when he sent me the email back saying, "Yeah, I'd love to." I was like, "Well, perfect." And Jamie's such a pro. He works around what we do. He works around drums. You heard his bass playing on the tracks tonight. It just really lifts the grooves out between that and the drums, which is fantastic.
Did Jamie pissy pants about?
No, he didn't.
Good. As soon as I thought Jamie was a no-brainer to get on bass. And it's interesting, because I've mastered some of Jamie's stuff, some of his music he's been making for video games and stuff lately. But to hear the real Jamie, the bass player, that fat sound was just, it was so awesome to hear Jamie.
Yeah, I think what's nice as well with this album, where we got together, I didn't say to everyone, "Oh, I want it like this, oh, it's got to be like this." I was like, "Go ahead, there you go, there's a track, see what you do." And 9 times out of 10, we'd be okay. I'll be like, great, I think maybe with Dean, we discussed about using different drum kits through the album, which made me laugh recently when you were saying, you know, you want to have the drums all the same, keep it consistent. And I was like, oh shit, I've not done that at all. But
I thought they were pretty consistent.
But I wanted a different kind of sound.
Yeah.
Like, and each track being, you know, figured out the sound for it. And, you know, so I didn't have to really do much, you know. He'd send me the drums back and I'd load the drums in the track, take the drums I'd done out and put those in.
So it didn't sound like a different kit every song, though. It sounded like you know, it sounded like the same kit, just with some different but it still sounded like the same kit.
Yeah, you're gonna obviously like the sound. You've got to, like, the sound palette I use is more pianos, more traditional kind of sounds.
Yep.
And like, so everybody has their go-to sounds. Like Gary will pick up his favourite guitar and play, or Dean will pick up and select the certain drum sounds that he wants, that he's familiar with and he's worked on and he likes. So you build a little collection up of your, you know, I do a favourite apps, my go-to apps, for example, and then, you know, I guess them guys do exactly the same with what they do.
What I found interesting, being along the journey for the whole way, I mean, me and Ivan Idea and Brad and Leela, you know, the Virgo Club, most of us there except Leela, we are very pedantic about stuff. But I remember you saying when you sent across the first kind of songs for this for us to kind of have a listen to, you was like, this is going to be different from the Delicate Giants. And I didn't, it's weird, I didn't hear that it was so different. It just sounded bigger and better. It didn't, has your opinion changed as you were making the album? That do you still think it sounds different than the last albums, or what's your thoughts on that?
It was more of a nod towards the first album.
Yeah.
And there's reflection in the tracks to go with that, you know. There was some tracks in this album that kind of pop back the thing about the time. So, you know, I'm conscious of like the big picture and tying things together, and, you know, not just, oh, here you go, you know. Like, I try to put a little bit of thought behind stuff, like the Moonwork thing. And
there definitely were heaps of callbacks. I heard the callbacks more than what I had previously. Today I heard the callbacks a lot. Yeah.
I mean, it's just important to give nods to things, you know. I think it just ties it together for me. I like, you know, we do albums and not really singles. It's to be listened to as an album, although there's tracks on there that people are gonna like and, you know, play more than others, and certainly, you know, but we're more mentality based towards the old fashioned sit down, listen to an album and go, wow, that was good, you know, not tracks that are fillers. And, you know, we want to take you on a bit of a flow of ebb and flow up and down, and, you know, just create that journey and put it to your ears. That's all we want to do.
Now, in saying that, like, no fillers, all you know, stuff that makes sense. From what I know, and you'll correct me on this, there's a lot of songs that didn't make the cut.
Yeah, there's always songs that don't make a cut. Every album I've done and will continue to do, like, I always write more tracks than I need so I can kind of go through. And that's not saying there's good tracks that won't be used that we didn't use on this album. It just didn't musically tie together as good as this kind of lineup. And we, you know, we had discussions about what tracks should go on the album, what shouldn't. like tracks got pulled off the album. Originally, it was a much bigger album, and we tried to cut it back down. So I think the run time is like 53 minutes or so, which is a reasonable long time for an album.
Gary says the best song didn't make the cut.
It didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. No, I'm not going to press any more of that. So who are the members? Run through who they are. Who were the extra members that performed on this, and how did you work those two extra members into the recording as well?
Okay, so when I got in contact with Viv, that we'd really written most of the tracks by then. So to add vocals onto what had already been done would have been quite difficult because, you know, Gary sings with his guitar. So that was, I had an idea for that talking part on the track. Like, and I wasn't sure what I wanted. Me and Dean sort of wrote something down and sent it to Viv, and she put a spin on it and sent it back. And I was like, right, I can use that. That's great. So, you know, we plan to work with Viv in the future, and along the journey, my listening partner, my working partner, Vero, as I was completing tracks and getting to parts of tracks, I was like, oh, if I could add this bit in there. And I think in Everyone Needs a Miracle, she sent me the vocals for that. I'd put all keyboard synths in for the oohs and ahs, and I was like, it's just not right. It's good, but it's not quite right. And I sent it to Vero, and I was like, do you think you can do anything with this? And the track was fairly completed, and she sent the vocals back, and I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I want. That's spot on. And then Little Nightmares come about from winning your act on your show, Glitchscaper. And I got that night. I played around with that. I got a kind of rhythm out of it, and I thought, I could do something with this. And that's how that track evolved. It was just from that one sound.
And we've talked about this many times about apps. I mean, you know, this album's manufactured on iOS, which again is just a big, you know, to people who think you can't make music on iOS. But, you know, with apps, I say it here on the show every day, you know, apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need them all. It's the apps. There are apps that you may see on this show and go, that could be something that could help write a song around. Now, you're very sparing. Like on the Patreon, we give away apps all the time, and you don't enter all of them, you know, because it's got to be something that is going to benefit you. You know, you don't need them, or you just end up with an iPad full of apps that you're never going to use.
Yeah, I mean, it's hearing that thing. You always hear something that inspires you, and you know, sounds inspire me. Like, I'm sure a lot of people out there, you know, you play a chord progression, or you do pick up a different instrument, or you find something on the synth and you think, oh, that's a cool sound. And the sound will change instantly how you're going to play it, how, you know, the different way you can approach it. So that pulls back a lot of what you're going to use, and then it's building a foundation and then kind of filling in the gaps.
Indeed. So doing an album like this with multiple personalities, Now, let's be real about this. You come from, and I remember when I first met Little Russ, you were this little techno weirdo, and listening to your electronic music, and all of a sudden here we are, and you've got 4 albums out that are totally not the genre that you played the majority of your life. So now moving into this world where you have to deal with personalities, sending files back and forward, and having people have their opinions on stuff. How was that whole journey of being?
Yeah, I mean, today it's no different than me sending you a track to get mastered.
Totally.
You like got Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever. So, like, yes, do we all communicate on the same wavelength? No, but do we make it work? Yeah. So, you don't have to have the best stuff to produce the best music. That's what I was trying to prove tonight. Experience, I can't, make experience for people. There's a lot of experience between us, and we're seasoned musicians. So, of course, that's an advantage. But, it's made on my iPad. People out there who've got iPads, you can do it.
Yeah, 100%. So you mentioned you lost data, you lost the videos and stuff. Were there any other things that came up along the way during this production that, you lost files, struggles with the iPad? Tell us about the space on your iPad, Russ. How's that going today?
Yeah, I mean, here's the iPad with all the music in it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had to buy a second iPad because at Christmas, because I filled this one up and I still hadn't finished all the video yet. I was like, oh shit. So I ended up buying an iPad Air 5 and carrying on working with that on the side. And I've not been out, I've got so little memory. I've got 438 megabits of memory left. So I can't even send a file. I can't do anything. My iPad's been locked up like this until this album goes out, which it has. So now I can start unloading all the stuff of it. And it's just in case we needed anything leading up to this point.
The never-ending juggle of an iPad, and they charge so much for an extra bit of storage is ridiculous, which it makes it hard for. They aim these things for us to create with, and then they to get little bit of extra storage is like $100 to $200. It's like, really, I can get an external hard drive. Thank God for external hard drives these days, but they don't always work. That's the problem. So the album was meant to be released last year. Yeah. So I remember it was ready.
Yeah,
well, it was ready.
It was ready. Yeah. I mean, like I say, the Music for Life thing was going on, and I didn't want to interfere with that and push that to the side. So, like, we just sat back and waited, and everything's been a little bit chaos, and we just rode it through, and now seems to be the right time. It's summer solstice, let's go.
Absolutely. And the thing was, because we'd been sitting on it for so long, it these things don't get old, because we've heard it heaps and heaps, and it's sat there for all this time. So by the time it comes out, it's still fresh.
Yeah, I think for me and Gary, when we released Shattered first, and that was going around on all the shows, it was like, oh no, Shattered again. Like, it's a double-edged sword, because you want to show everybody your music, but it it goes round the same merry-go-round. So it's, are people bored with hearing it again, or do they enjoy hearing it again? You don't know. So that's difficult as well. And, scheduling what you're going to release and what you're not going to release. And it's difficult. I find that difficult anyway.
So, you went overseas. That was part of the reason I got held up too. The Music for Life thing was going on. You went overseas. Liz is here. You went over and spent time with Liz. Then you caught up with those other weirdos over in the US, Brad, and those other losers. Tell us about Shattered, because this was a long time in the making. So Dean Thomas, the drummer, is also a film producer. Yeah. So everybody's links who's involved in this are in the description, so you can go over and sub to Dean and Jamie and Vero and Viv Sparrow and everybody if you haven't before. Tell us about the process of putting together like a real video clip, like, because that's what it was. There were actors and the whole thing.
Yeah, it's not a 2-minute production doing something like that. It's it takes time. You got to have an idea. It's like writing music. You just there you go. Then we had issues with the video with a dog was in it, and that had to be done. And then Gary had COVID, so it wasn't easy for him to do. And then at that time, Dean was busy at work, so everything had to go on hold again in the middle of the process. So we would have been, a little bit earlier, but it's just the way it worked out. So, roll with what you got and don't look back, just look forward. And, if muffs and what could have been and were.
Look, there was one thing I was really disappointed about the video today was there was something definitely missing from it. And I think you know what it is. Still, I just wish, and it's never going to get old for me. I don't give a shit. I just wish I could have been there when Gary sent this to Dean for the actual video clip, just to see. He's like, Gary, please no, just to see Dean's face, because Dean loves a good joke like this, doesn't he? It's amazing. It is. It is still. Dean's reaction would have been amazing. Dean, let us know in the chat just how much you enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing for Dean working with British people. We got a twisted sense of humour.
It's never going to get old for me. It is the greatest. And there should be a whole documentary just on this outfit, 100%, in my opinion. But anyway, you knew I was going to put it in there, Gary. You can't escape it, man. So the video was produced by Dean. And I remember when it got done and you sent it to me, I was just like, wow, this is next level shit, man. This is really cool. This is and it was really cool because even in the whole album that we watched just then, it was so interesting having that in there and slotted in there as well, because it felt like he was this is just my opinion, it felt like this album piece and then this commercial video clip that had been put in there as well too. But it didn't break up the whole, because it's about the music, right? And the music was a whole adventure. So it slotted in really good. I was wondering how it was going to work into the actual clip, the whole piece. But it was fucking awesome. The video clip is fantastic. Yeah,
it is very good. And it's well made, it's well done. It takes so much time to do that. It's, the editing of all the clips. It's a lot of work. And, if you can put your best foot forward and show your best self, then do it. and Dean done it with that video, and the guys done it with playing the instrument. So I can't sit here and take glory for what these guys have achieved and Pharaoh's put in. So it's a group effort, Everyone deserves a pat on the back because everyone contributed.
Absolutely. All right, we're getting at the end. This isn't going to be a long interview or anything, just a catch up. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we talk about where people can get it? What's going to be the release schedule and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Okay. So it's obviously out on Bandcamp now at the moment. You can pick it up for free if you want to pick it up for free. All I ask is if you pick it up for free and you enjoy the album, just suggest it to somebody else. Just like I don't do social media and all that stuff. So, if you enjoy it, let somebody else enjoy it. That's all we ask. Any money that gets generated is going to go to Team Cancer USA. I know Folk Punk started it with his album this year. The intentions of the Music for Life to continue to go on and give to charities, now hopefully that can get rolling again. So, it's like, how do you put the album value is going to go up to $15 because after a limited time, if people haven't picked it up and enjoyed it, the people that will enjoy it, will pay the money because I think it's good enough quality and it's going to benefit a charity. So everyone's a winner out of it. We couldn't put a price on our music, so let's just give it to charity.
Is there going to be merch? I was lucky enough to get merch. So, even though it's a midriff.
I mean, it's being discussed, It's being discussed. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But it is definitely a thing that's saying that isn't the forefront of my mind, but it's more an issue of the quality of the people that do it on the mass production stuff. So that's all. That if I can find a better alternative myself to get it to people still at a good price, I don't want to make money out of it. If people want it, then I'm happy that people would wear my stuff. But I don't want to make money, but I don't want to people to buy something that washes out in 2 weeks' time. So, let's keep the quality. Everything's got to reflect the music, surely.
Totally, 100%. So, also, if you want merch, who wants delicate giant knickers? Mr. Smith wants his underpants signed. You weirdos, God, I can't take you anywhere. All right, awesome. Let's wrap this up. And when is it going to be available on streaming services?
We've talked about letting it just go on Bandcamp for a little while, just obviously because that's the way it's going to generate any income for any charity that we want to give to. So we toyed about maybe the first of next month it coming out. So again, we need to discuss and make sure, that's good. We'll go with that. So not too far away, but I just didn't want to put the album out because it's going to jump all the stuff on the YouTube channel. So I just wanted to let it absorb in for a little while before it goes everywhere. And then finally I can ask me thingy to play it while I'm washing up.
It's all about Alexa, isn't it? Alexa, play Delicate Giants.
That's why me and Gary started in the first place, so we could listen washing up.
Yeah. Folks, for those of you want to hear a fun story before we get out of here, when Russ was over in the US with Liz, and we would sit on Clubhouse, one night he went downstairs to cook dinner for Liz, and he left Clubhouse open and his mic was open, and so we could talk, and that was coming through his phone, and his Alexa was right next to the to the phone, and there it is. I have an idea, and we were like, What does Russ hate? Alexa, play Beatles. And Alexa started playing Beatles, and it was I don't know, the volume was like 4 or something, but we wanted you to hear it downstairs, and we're like, Alexa, volume 10. And fucking hell, did it go up so loud. And we're waiting for you to come up and go, what the fuck's going on in here? And you didn't. But Liz came up and was like, what's going on? And she turned it on. And poor Liz had to deal with it. And then we felt really bad that we'd angered Liz because we were trying to piss you off. So sorry, Liz.
Yeah, no Beatles in my house.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so the band is established now. It's official. The band exists. What is next for the band? Are there new songs? Is there a chance of touring? What's going to happen with the lineup? What's next for the Delicate Giants?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking to bring something to entertain you guys, you know. So we've got some other stuff, and we're working on a series of cover tracks that we want to do, like some tracks that we like. So we want to give that the giant polish, and yeah, and then it'll be sitting back down, writing some music. I've got a couple of ideas, and like Gary will come up with some ideas, and we'll throw stuff around, and you know, I'm sure Dean will come up with some ideas, and we'll see what happens this next time. You know, we want to keep moving forward, so let's do that and see what pans out.
Absolutely. All right, so we've reached the end, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here today and supporting the Delicate Giants and coming here and supporting this channel. If you too would like to have an album release or something like this featured, hit me up. We can do this kind of stuff. It's a fun thing, you know. Get all your tags, get everything sorted out, and try and make it as fun as possible. So if you're up for doing that, you can always hit me up and do these kind of specials. Look, it's an incredible album. I'm so proud to have had a small part in it. Congratulations to everybody involved. It's just really emotional watch it come out finally and go, probably, yeah, just, hey, it's done, it's released. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, no, good. I just hope people enjoyed it, and you know, we'll listen to, you know, give it more than the 4 plays it's gonna get round the shows when it comes out. So, you know, if you can, I've listened to it, Gary's listened to it, Dean's listened to it, Jamie's listened to it for the last year, and we're not got bored with it. So that's always a good sign, because I'm hard to please.
Yeah, I was the same. We mastered it last year, you know, and then we came back only a month ago, and top and tailed it and just revisited the master, and we changed one of them, brought the level down a little bit, and to make sure, because we had some new software to mess about with, which happens, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, it was so good sitting here watching the levels and everything. Didn't have to write anything. Everything was on a really good level all the way through. So look, it was amazing. Yeah, congratulations to all of you. Hi, Liz Day, I see you there. And what's going to be a schedule? Are you going to release another video clip, or what's the deal? I know if people want to see this for now, their only place will be to see it here on this recording of it, and then eventually it'll drop on the Giants channel.
Yeah, we'll release it as singles, and then eventually tie it all together in a big playlist, and you know, maybe put the whole show up. But that will take a little while before that happens. So Yeah, we'll keep pumping them out and keep in your ears. So you'll get fed up with the Delicate Giants. But hopefully you enjoy the quality of the music. So
it's all about the music. That's what it's all about. So, all right, I guess we're going to get out of here. There's nothing else you want to say? You good?
no, just thank you to Gary, Dean and Jamie for putting this together with me, because it's a great album.
It really is. It really is a great album. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass just for the fun of it. But yeah, I woke up this morning with butterflies in my guts going, oh man, it's finally here. You know? Hopefully I can release my album soon as well. Jesus Christ. All right. Thank you all, everybody, for being here today. Stay on the line.
Thank you all.
And
thank you all.
I don't really have a track to go out with. I think we'll just run the show out of here. Thank you also to DistroKid for sponsoring today's show, as always, and just sponsoring me, my channel in general. You know, thank you, DistroKid. I joke all the time and say I love you, Distro, but I'm very thankful for what I have here. Thank you, folks. We're going to get out of here. I'll let you know what's happening here on the channel first. I should do this and just do a quick promote before we get out of here. Tomorrow, it's not an app review tomorrow or anything. We're taking a look at to the app date. I kind of like to do these every 2 weeks now, where some apps I just don't have time to do a full show for them because they're just updates. So tomorrow we're just going to take a look at the latest updates. There's a whole bunch of them, probably about 10, 15 apps. We'll just look at how they've been updated and stuff. And please, can I ask you guys to help me out here, because there is no opening hour this week, but there is Gladys Worthington's Asking for a Friend episode 2. If you go to the community tab, there is a link. I can even find it for you right now. Please head over to the community tab and shoot Gladys a question, because Gladys has a brand new dress. She's ready to go. And Gladys needs your help right there. There it is. There's a link that'll take you to the form where you can send Gladys a burning question for this week's replacement for the opening hour. She comes on the channel she doesn't come, she arrives every once a month, because that's all I can handle. But please send a question, because if you don't, she'll have nothing to answer. So that would help greatly. Thank you all. You guys rock. Trust me, we have a great week ahead of apps. There's so many apps that just dropped last night. It's ridiculous. Alrighty. Do the things that make you happy, folks. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together, stay awake, and go and buy the brand new Delicate Giants album. It would make us all happy. All right. Let's do it. Title music. Let's see you later, us. Hang on the line and we'll say goodbye. Let's
take care.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.